Okay, so it's the end of February and we are a month into this course. The expectation is by now you've finished the orientation and research modules. You have an understanding of the content within those, and we are going to go full-fledged into the content of this course. We're going to get started and get going here. So, starting with what does it look like to do good geography? So, by doing good geography, remember that we're taking a look at many different world issues around the world, and all of these world issues are very complex. There's many different aspects to them. We'll be taking a look at these issues through an economic lens, an environmental lens, a political lens, a social cultural lens, and remember that there's many different stakeholders involved, whether it be business, the government, the general public. There's many different stakeholders, and they all have a very different viewpoint that is valid, and we just have to investigate where they're coming from and why. As we take a look at these different places around the world, we try to develop a sense of place, and we use this idea of what's where, why there, and why care. So we take a look at all the different aspects involved in these issues, all the different people involved, and in the end, I always encourage students to ask that question, why should I care? It's a valid question. And that's the whole point of this course, is to explore why you really should care. So as we work through this activity, the very first activity, the Minds On activity, what is a world issue? And the whole purpose of this is to show you the fact that these world issues are complex problems. So work through this chart. And after that, they have you watch this emerging Arctic video. And the purpose of this is to identify all the different stakeholders involved in this issue and what are their viewpoints. And you can actually give your opinion of their opinion. How do you feel about their viewpoints? Do you think they're valid or not? The concepts of geographic thinking are threaded throughout all geography courses. So the concepts of geographic thinking involve spatial significance, patterns and trends, interrelationships, and geographic perspective. I strongly encourage that you click on each one of these and investigate what they mean. For example, spatial significance, we explore the connections that exist between geographic locations and the physical characteristics of that site. They take a look at the relationships between the environment and people. What do we use that environment for? How does it affect where we live and why? So make sure that you have a really good understanding of all of these concepts, because as we work through this course, to give an example here, they use an example of HIV, adult HIV prevalence rates, and they apply each of the concepts to this particular issue, whether it be spatial significance, patterns and trends, interrelationships, and they show you how these concepts can be applied to any world issue that we look at. And we will be using them throughout this course. They ask that you go back and you take those concepts of geographic thinking and think back to that Arctic video that you just watched. Now apply the concepts to that video. Can you think of any examples of spatial significance, patterns and trends, interrelationships, and geographic perspectives from that clip? So apply the concepts to that video. Okay, so that's it for this particular activity. If you have any questions or concerns, please don't hesitate to contact me. Remember that this join the discussion button, again, if that doesn't work, it's no big deal, because what you can do is just click on the communication button and the discussions button at the very top of your screen. It will take you to the discussion that is required for this particular activity. Okay, have a good day, and again, don't hesitate to contact me with any questions.